I am currently broadcasting from Cedar Park, Texas. In case you don't know, that is outside of Austin, Texas, which is 3 hours south of Dallas, Texas. So as many of you know, there is, I don't know if it's called a fad. I don't like the word fad. Movement? I like movement. Okay. So there's been a movement of people for their birthdays promoting nonprofits and for medical research around the country. So this is actually my birthday month, so I decided I was going to do the same thing, except for a little twist with it. As many of you know, I went to Haiti in February, and then we worked in an orphanage. We did a lot of work, got it cleaned up, and since then there's been developments in making it self-sufficient. So far it has clean water and I think a water pump. And we're working on getting clean sanitary bathrooms. We want to make it self-sufficient in producing its own produce and raising animals so that they can have food. But one of our goals was coming back was starting a sponsorship program for these girls. So since then, we've officially started a 501c3 organization. So everything's tax deductible. All of the money is routed through us, and then we take care of it from there. But our goal is to get all 82 girls sponsored. So we have 10 girls sponsored. We have 72 that still need sponsoring, obviously. Simple math. I want to just tell you a little bit about them. My personal story, how I became a sponsor of one girl, and then also see where you might fit into the picture. I forget what days we were even there, but the day before we left, we were painting, cleaning. Some of the group was doing tie-dye with the girls so that they could get be kind of distracted while we're in there destroying their living habits. So they were doing that, and I was on some mission. I forget what I was doing, but in the process I was heading into one of the rooms, and this girl stopped me. Her name is Damis, and so we had this conversation, as much of a conversation you can have when I know English and she knows Haitian Creole, and neither of us know the other's language. So trust me when I say that there is great creativity in trying to communicate with people who don't speak the same language. It's actually pretty fun because everybody laughs. It's a blast. But I did want to share the story. So she grabbed my hand, and so I talked to her a little bit. It was not really talking, but anyways. So I did Heather, kind of like how they did in Tarzan. I was like, Heather, and then I pointed to her, and then I said Heather, and then I pointed to her, and she goes Damis, and I was like, okay. So I said Heather, Damis, and then she would go Damis, Heather. And I love how Haitians say my name because there's no th sound, so Heather is not Heather, but I can't really describe it. So then I asked her, or tried to ask her how old she was, but I didn't say it correctly in Haitian Creole. So she was talking to me, or she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So then I go, un, deux, trois in French, and then she kept counting, and she counted like to 20, and I was like, no. And so then I pointed to her, and then I was like, un, deux, trois, and she counted to 20 again, and I was like, no. And so we laughed, and we did it a couple more times until she finally figured out what I was asking her. So at that point, then she stopped at 9. And I was like, oh, so you're 9. And then I said it in French, but I don't even remember I don't remember what it was. It's really bad when you're not around it, you don't use it, and then you forget about it. So anyways, so we were talking about that, and then she goes, so then I walk away and do my stuff. And then the next day we were leaving, packing the van and all this stuff. And so she came up to me and she said my name, Heather. And I was like, oh. And I felt really bad. I forgot her name from the day before, even though I had said it, I don't know how many times to try to remember it. So then I gave her a hug and I said, oh, bye. And she gave me a hug and we got our picture together. Really don't want to forget that. And thankfully since then I haven't forgotten it. So what I did when I got back, I decided that I wanted to sponsor her when the sponsor became available, which we just started doing in May. We got fully approved and stuff, so then we got to start sponsoring. So I started sponsoring her in May, and it's really fun. I mean, I don't know. Fun. Like, I really want to go back. But in the meantime, I'm sponsoring her so she has food, clothing, she can go to school, medical supplies, stuff like that. We do have, part of the crew is going in August. So they are taking things with them like toothpaste, toothbrushes for all the girls. So for my birthday, I wanted to ask you to consider sponsoring a child from Haiti. And not just any child, a child from Life is Wealth Orphanage. So like I already mentioned, it's food, clothes, school, medical supplies, hygiene, things like that. And $40 for a kid in the US a month is, you could maybe buy them food, if that. So obviously living expenses are not that expensive in Haiti. So I did want to pose that for you, that for the month of my birthday, that's my thing, is getting some girls sponsored. Also, I totally understand if you are already sponsoring kids from around the world, or you have your plate fully loaded into your commitment. I totally understand that. Did want to put that out there because I totally understand the feeling of everybody needs help. How in the world one person can't do it all, and you get totally overwhelmed. So if you're already sponsoring, if you're already working with a nonprofit specifically that you're donating your time, your money to, I totally understand. But for the person who this tugged at their heart, you may be committed to something, you may not be, or maybe you're looking for something a little bit more, I would highly encourage you to sponsor a child in Haiti. It's totally worth your time and your effort. If you would like more information on that, feel free to email me and I can get you that information. That's all I have for you today. If you, well, as always, if you like the video, you can press like or comment below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Have a wonderful Independence Day.